Now, you say most of your songs are autobiographical. Now, this next one is Funky Old Hillbilly. Is that from West Virginia?
That is. My dad was a World War II vet, and he spent most of his time drinking and not taking care of his family. So I'd run into him occasionally standing on the street corners. And he was a musician also. He played harmonica. And I'd drive by, and like my first date with my wife, driving down the road, and she said, "Look at that old guy dancing and drunk and playing the harmonica." I said, "Yeah, I know it." But I wrote this story about him, and he would, if he got me up there to play, I would bring my guitar, and while I'm playing, he'd walk around behind me with a tin cup and gather money for a more expensive bottle of wine, and that's what the story's about.
Oh, he didn't split the money with you? All right, well, let's hear that.
Funky old hillbilly standing on the corner with a brown paper bag that cost him $1.25. Playing the French harp, St. Louis blues, and the children's favorite one they call that Fox Chase tune. Drive on around the block, don't you park this car, 'cause he'll have you on the sidewalk playing your guitar, so that he can make more money for his time, so he can buy himself a more expensive bottle of wine. This old man, he's haunting me all around this town, and all my friends can see. Gotta get away from this ornery old cuss. This here town ain't big enough for the two of us. Funky old hillbilly standing on a corner with a bottle of wine. This one cost him $4.25. Playing the French harp, St. Louis blues, and the children's favorite one they call that Fox Chase tune. My old man, he's haunting me all around this town, and all my friends can see. Gotta get away from this ornery old cuss. This here town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Now, you wrote an autobiographical song about your dad. Now, this one's called The Greatest Generation. Kind of same, more dad?
Yeah, my dad was a World War II vet. Like I say, he was wounded on Omaha Beach. And his brother was also wounded. This story was kind of done tongue-in-cheek, but it's become a real sad song that a lot of people relate to because they know World War II vets. But some of them took care of their families and some of them didn't. My dad did not take care of his family, and I always respected my father-in-law. He also drank, but he took care of his family. And the first verse is about my dad, and the second verse is about my father-in-law and the difference between the two.
The old man stood on the corner, 14th Street and Railroad Avenue, bombing dimes and quarters. Then he'd play a song or two, driving by on our first date. said, suddenly you look so sad. I said, well, I'll tell you the truth now, girl. That old man is my dad. And no one will ever know what he put his family through. He came back from northern France, but he was lost in World War II. Another man sits at the kitchen table, just staring off at the floor, trying to drown those old memories that he brought back from that war. Trying to hold down his job and support his family. When he finally broke his silence, my father-in-law turned to me and he said, no one can ever know what I put my family through. I came back from foreign shores, but I was lost in World War II. The greatest generation this country ever knew. Some came back from foreign soil, some were lost in World War II. Some came back from foreign shores, some were lost